Why does society so often misunderstand autism? Why are autistic people mocked, dismissed, excluded, or treated like they're somehow broken, just because they experience the world differently? The uncomfortable truth is that most people fear what they don't understand. Humans are wired to notice different things. The way someone speaks, their facial expressions, their body language, the way they react in conversation. Most people follow unwritten social rules without even thinking about it. They make eye contact automatically. They know when to interrupt, when to laugh, when to soften their tone, when to fake interest or act when socializing. Autistic people often experience those social rules differently, not because they're rude, not because they're cold, not because they don't care. Their brains simply process social interaction differently. But society often doesn't see that. Instead, difference gets misread as defect. Quietness becomes arrogance, honesty becomes rudeness, sensitivity becomes weakness, social exhaustion becomes laziness. And once people label someone as strange, awkward, or difficult, they often stop trying to understand them. That's where ridicule begins. Mocking difference is one of the oldest forms of social bonding. People often laugh at what makes them uncomfortable. A child who doesn't fit in becomes the target. An adult who communicates differently gets ignored in meetings. Someone overwhelmed by noise or pressure is told to just get over it. Not because autism is wrong, but because conformity is rewarded. Schools teach compliance. Workplaces reward social performance. Society praises people who can smoothly follow invisible rules. Autistic people are often expected to constantly adapt, mask, and perform in the expected manner just to be accepted. When they can't or won't, people often blame them instead of questioning the system. What makes this worse is that autism is widely misunderstood. For years, the media portrayed autistic people as either tragic burdens or mathematical geniuses with no emotions. If you remember the film Rain Man, that shows that exactly. Neither is reality for most autistic people. Autism isn't a superpower. It isn't a tragedy. It's a different neurological way of experiencing life. Autistic people feel deeply. They care deeply. They think deeply. They may communicate differently, process sensory information differently, or need structure and predictability. That doesn't make them less human. The real problem isn't autism. The real problem is a society that treats difference as something to fix instead of something to understand. And here's the irony. The same trait society mocks in one person, often celebrated in another. If someone is successful enough, their unusual behaviour becomes eccentric or genius. If they're struggling, those exact same traits become awkward or weird. That tells us something important. This was never really about autism. It was about how society judges value. Autistic people do not need to become less autistic to deserve respect. Society needs to become more mature. Understanding autism isn't about pity. It's about recognizing that there is more than one valid way to think, communicate, and exist in the world. Difference is not failure, and being misunderstood does not mean there is something wrong with you. Thanks.